Conversational.
And thank you for joining us today. My name is Connie Clayton, and we're going to look at our school climate survey. School climate and school culture. School climate is the feelings and attitudes associated with the physical, social, and academic dimensions of a school environment. With school climate, we are looking at that feeling of safety, feeling safe in the school, and also relationships between the teachers and the students, that those are healthy relationships, and that violence is, the threat of violence is not evident for our students or our teachers. And school climate is where we look at the school's effectiveness and its productivity. Our school vision and mission is where we would talk about our school culture, where we're going and how we're going to get there. This is Bryan Elementary School. We used our climate and culture survey from 2018. There were 40 certified teachers, but only 34 respondents to this survey. High expectations. That's one of our 7 school correlates for our school climate. And we looked at school work, and these are things that the teacher said that they expected from the students. We've got it categorized as high and low. The high category for the student work is that they were learning, and the low category is that teachers said that they were busy. And so we would obviously want to take the busy work down and change that with more student learning. Student understanding. Teachers said that they want their students to understand versus just knowing the material. We had 21 teachers that said they want their students to understand the information, and 8 teachers in that group that said they want the students to know the information. And then student knowledge. 28 teachers in our group said that they wanted their students to be able to explain, and 2 teachers said they wanted their students to be able to memorize, and we would need to find those 2 teachers and ask them, what are we memorizing? Multiplication facts? Yes, but other stuff we want them to know it more than to just memorize it. Our climate of high expectations. This is dialogue, teacher dialogue with the students. Teachers reported saying that we will be learning, like when they're talking to their students, we will be learning what information that day. Asking students, what are you thinking? Asking students to explain. Also talking to students about their reasoning, just letting students know that you're interested in their reasoning and their process. And explaining their approach. Now, talking about school improvement, the dialogue between teachers and students, we had 62% of our teachers say that they wanted the students to explain in words when they're talking to them, and 9% said that repeating what they said was important. Another thing that we looked at with our school improvement, 47% of the teachers said that it was important to tell the students that their answer was correct, where 29%, this is kind of a flipped, said that they wanted to encourage their students on the approach, that their approach was correct. And so that's something we would look at with our school improvement. Should we be looking at the approach for the students, or just immediately telling students that their answer is correct? Because sometimes when you tell a student that their work is correct, then the learning process stops. And the teacher is the source of the right and wrong information, as opposed to giving that empowering the students and letting them be the source of knowledge of whether or not their answer is correct or incorrect. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Krista Shavo as she goes over positive homeschool relations.
So another one of the 7 correlates was having a positive homeschool communication. We asked our teachers what is their opinion about how they communicate with their parents, and 30% said that they feel like it's respectful communication between parents and students and teachers. 28% said it was supportive. 19% felt comfortable communicating with their parents. 11% said they felt distant, and 6% said they felt that the communication was either isolating or uncomfortable. So that combines to 77% having a feeling of positive communication, which is something that's good for us, and 23% felt that there may be some negative connotation in their communication between parents. Something else we talked about was frequent monitoring of student progress. How do we let students know the progress they're making, and also how do we let parents know what progress their students are making? 67% of our teachers here at Bryan strongly agreed that we're doing a good job communicating progress. 29% agreed, 4% said they weren't real sure, and we had 0% disagreed. So that was a strength for us. We asked teachers, how do you communicate the progress of students? Weekly graded papers going home was one of the ways that we communicate progress. Another was with conferences, and this is with students and with parents. And another one that teachers talked about was goal setting with students, talking about where you're at now and where you'd like to get to, and tracking your data along the way. We found that if students track their data, they're usually showing more success reaching those goals if they're tracking their own data. The opportunity to learn and student time on task is another one of the 7 correlates that we talked about. So we wanted to look at classroom learning and what does learning look like inside of our classrooms. So one thing was that the students are working collaboratively, and in a classroom at Bryan that might look like small group activities or small group projects. It might be partner work. Another way that we see learning in our classrooms, students sometimes are independently working, and that might include research, it might include writing. And a third way that we see students learning in our classroom is through teacher-led instruction. That might be lecture, it might be reteaching. And our next slide is about physical spaces, and Allison Seeley is going to do that.
Okay, we're going to talk about the physical spaces within our school. According to the survey, most staff agree that Bryan's learning environment is positive. Bryan offers a flexible, stable, and comfortable environment for both our teachers and our students. The overall feelings and attitudes about working here at Bryan Elementary were positive. Majority reported that they have a feeling of happiness, they feel appreciated and encouraged, but also challenged. These attitudes and feelings help foster a positive learning environment for our teachers and our students. Bryan Elementary provides a safe and orderly environment. We provide that for both our students and our teachers. Our physical spaces within our school are both comfortable and inviting, and employees feel challenged and pressured, yet appreciated and encouraged. One way that we provide a safe and orderly environment is with our school-wide behavior plan. We also have a no bullying policy, and we try to foster positive student-teacher relationships. One way that we keep our school comfortable and inviting, we take pride in our school. We also have an amazing staff that helps us with keeping our school clean and inviting. We have high expectations for both our students and teachers, so there is some pressure there, but we help with this by supporting staff support and also professional development for our teachers. The overall climate at Bryan Elementary, it's comfortable and inviting place to work. It's a safe place to work and learn, and it's also a place where teachers strive to improve their instruction, and we all work together for the benefit of our students. Thank you guys for coming today and listening to the results of our survey, and let's all work together to help keep Bryan great.